Breaking news, a carjacking manhunt. Police rushed to Jackson neighborhood searching for a carjacker. Plus, a flag fight, the impact the Confederate symbol on the state flag could have on Mississippi's image. And one man shot in the groin, another in the head. Tonight, police try to piece together what happened. Straight to breaking news at 6, a manhunt in a Jackson neighborhood.
Jackson police are tracking down a suspected carjacker around Cedars of Lebanon. Let's get to 16 WAPT's Jennifer Ortega live from one of the scenes. Jennifer, what do you know?
Now, the tow truck just got here to pull out this white car out of the house where the suspect slammed into it. Now you can see the whole of the house on this side right here behind the fence. Now, that suspect started on Crep Myrtle Street behind this home. A neighbor I spoke to says he saw the car speeding by his home and multiple JPD officers chasing it. It went off the road and ended up right there in that hole. The suspect ran off on foot, and police say he ran into a creek, and they're continuing their search. If you have any information on this suspect's whereabouts, call Crime Stoppers at 601-355-TIPS. Live in Jackson, Jennifer Ortega, 16 WAPT News.
All right, thanks, Jennifer.
Blazing sunshine today. We were at 90 by 9 o'clock this morning, so it has been a long, hot day. Hazy sunshine out there. Notice there's no clouds. Therefore, there are no cooling thunderstorms around. The heat is peaking. I'll tell you what, you will like the forecast. Increasing rain chances and lowering temperatures. Find out when all that takes place coming up.
Tonight at 6, Mississippi's top leaders are split on whether to change the state's flag.
Of course, the flag is made up of the Confederate battle flag. 16 WAPT's Ross Adams reports it's a debate over state branding. He's live in the newsroom with more. Ross?
Yes, the state flag is getting a lot of attention. It's all because of this, the rebel banner in the upper left-hand side of the emblem. Congressman Benny Thompson and House Speaker Philip Gunn says they want to see the flag change, but Governor Phil Bryant says it's a settled issue. One black Pentecostal preacher says he wants to keep Mississippi flag as is.
We should keep our flag because it's our history. That tells people who we are. We are Mississippians.
Corinthian Sanders is the campus pastor at Jackson State in Millsaps. He says the flag is fine with stars and bars.
The first thing you see is the rebel image.
This week, House Speaker Philip Gunn said he thinks the state should change the flag, but he's getting a lot of pushback.
Well, it's been something in our families for generations, so why you want to take it out?
For all the strong emotions, image consultant Rick Lucer says the state banner is like the state's official brand.
The emotion it evokes is different from different people, but overall, it's the symbol for our state. There's a different side of Mississippi.
Lucer is president of the CeeLo Advertising Agency.
In Mississippi, we've got to ask ourselves, is this our brand of today?
He says the national debate over the Confederate flag is a clear sign that the state's brand is in question.
It represented the Confederacy States of America, not racism or the KKK. Those groups came and took and hijacked that flag like they hijacked the cross in the United States flag.
You look at Mississippi as a business and say, this is the first symbol that people see. Does that make people outside of the state want that? Does it make them want to visit here? Does it make them want to do business here? Does it bring good thoughts when they think about us?
But this week, the debate rages on across the state. Lieutenant Governor Tate Reeves says it should be left up to Mississippi voters if they decide to change the flag and not media elites and politicians in back rooms. Live in the newsroom, Ross Adams, 16 WAPT News.
Hey, Ross, the debate is far from over. Thank you. Our Feedback 16 phone lines are blowing up with your reaction.
Flag is flying over our state capitol. It's not the original Confederate battle flag. We changed that flag about 14 years ago to appease the black people and not defend them.
I think that the rebel flag should have been taken off the register for the state of Mississippi.
Well, what do you think? We want to hear from you. Give us a call and leave your message at 601-355-1616. Again, that number is 355-1616. And this brings us to our Instapoll 16. Do you think the Confederate flag is offensive? So far, more than 2,500 people have voted, and as you can see, it's about even. We want to know what you think. Call 601-980-4416 and hit 1 for yes or 2 for no. Again, that number is 601-980-4416. You can also vote on Facebook or Twitter.
Rental home prices are climbing in Jackson at one of the highest rates in the country. Real estate website Zillow says rental prices are more than 22% higher than a year ago. In downtown Jackson, developers say rental rates are 20% higher than similar cities, but that's because of high demand.
There's just a real huge demand. Additionally, the world has changed. A lot of people don't have the capital to do down payments like they did at one point. Plus, younger people are getting married later.
Leaders say all apartments in downtown Jackson are filled and there is demand for more. Zillow claims the home rental average in the capital city is just over $1,100 a month. Well, there's a heat warning tonight, and Jackson Zoo leaders are rushing to keep their animals from overheating.
16 WAPT Scott Simmons shows us what they're doing to keep everybody cool.
Come on, Ralph. Come on, Ralph.
Hippos have more sense than to come out in this scorching heat, a real feel of more than 100 degrees. A different case for the orangutan pumpkin, who sets in for a special order popsicle with Gatorade, fruit, and sunflower seeds.
Ice treats is something that they receive only when it's hot outside during the summertime. It's a special treat for them, and they love it.
I think pumpkin gets hot.
Oh. Don't you get hot?
I'm heading to the boardwalk.
Exactly.
Keepers at the Jackson Zoo have started a regular regimen of feeding frozen food and treats to the animals. They are feeding them a frozen variety, frozen produce for the veggie eaters, even frozen meat products for the carnivores.
Hey, Dill.
A lettuce pop is a big hit for the river hogs, who not only chow down, but roll over their frozen lunch. They are such pigs. But keepers also trying to lower their animals' body temperature as best they can.
As they're trying to get at the treat, they're consuming a lot of the ice and a lot of that cold water. So even if they're not doing it on purpose, they are lowering their body temperature, and it also gives them something to do to kind of throughout the day.
Most of these animals might have had to seek shade in their natural environment, but at the Jackson Zoo, they are working to cool them down wherever and however they can. In Jackson, Scott Simmons, 16 WAPT News.
Lettuce pops.
Looks good.
Let's bring in Chief Meteorologist David Hartman.
All right, David, what are we dealing with out there?
Well, it certainly was the hottest day of the year today. 97 was the actual high, and tomorrow more of the same. 95 to 97. Real feel between 100 and 105 during the course of the day, so it is another day to be smart and hydrate. But the heat breaks after tomorrow. It's going to peak, and temperatures will go back to where they should be this time of the year, and then even lower. I'll have the full details coming up.
Hey, David, thanks. Crews raced to fix a gas leak in Ridgeland. Our cameras were rolling as they worked to fix that leak. We're told crews were working on a ceasefire line when they hit a gas main. It happened off Wendover Way, that's off Rice Road in Ridgeland. It affected more than a dozen homes, none of which were evacuated. And no injuries in an early morning wreck on I-55 that stalled traffic. The driver of this double trailer says he was headed from Memphis to Jackson when a truck in front of him slammed on his brakes. He swerved and the back trailer snapped and overturned near the Gluckstadt exit. The cargo was so heavy the wreck tore the top of the trailer right down the middle.
I have an accident